And so, we are back with yet another episode of our anime, and today's episode is gonna be interesting because last time we saw that everything was going well for Takutoa, got dark elves under him. Then showed his power to them that he could create a life at will, and the development of his newly found kingdom was progressing surprisingly well, but that's when he sensed an armed group of knights approaching their forest. Two of them were holy knights who came to investigate the dark forest, so he told Atu to kindly send them back. Atu did as Takuto had ordered her. She tried to convince those two holy knights not to enter the forest. And at one point Wordle understood the woman in front of him is dangerous, so he decided to pull back, but Lorones didn't. He was on a high horse that he's a holy knight of the church, so he could do anything. And no commoner has the authority to stop him, for which he was soon gonna pay the price as Atu killed a few of his dogs in a flash. That's why sometimes kids need to listen to their elders. If Lorones had just listened to Wordle, this situation wouldn't have come. Wordle told Borgo to send a messenger to the church, but Atu had already killed that guy at the start. Now they have no other option but to fight because Atu doesn't plan to let them leave. Wordle regrets things came to this point. Atu couldn't agree more, but the blame lies with that moron Blondie for not listening. Now they started to think Atu is a witch just like the one that appeared in the north. Wordle was ordered to keep it a secret. But seeing the situation, he told everyone that the saint in the north is now fighting with a witch who suddenly appeared and started causing havoc on people. And it too seems just like that witch, so both holy knights activated their holy powers to fight. They were slow, but they were powerful enough to cut through Atu's tentacles. Despite that, she was chilled and Wordle started to go after her tentacles. So Atu took a few hostages, knowing that humans, especially holy knights, never takes action once an enemy takes innocent people hostage. That's why she loved humans, because their weakness is always obvious, but Wordle was different. He knew if he holds back, that abomination will move further, causing a calamity that will kill countless innocent people, so they have to kill her right here. That's why he and Lorones cut through those two guys held hostage to get to Atu. But she was just messing around, while these two thought cutting off her tentacles will be the end of it. But Atu never said how many tentacles she could make. All this time she was playing with them. This realization makes Lorones order everyone to run away. At least one person has to return back and warn their kingdom about this danger, and he himself tried to hold back Atu, but she used the holy techniques which were only used by holy knights. Atu revealed she stole it from Wordle. Her unique skill lets her steal anyone's skill and memories once she kills them, so the more she kills the more powerful she gets. Atu admits Wordle was a man deserving honor unlike Lorones. From Wordle's memories she found Lorones has a wife and kid, and Wordle was worried about Lorones, his family, and all the people in their family behind him, but sadly dark elves were already waiting and killed everyone who tried to run. Lorones couldn't stay calm, and that reckless move becomes his reason of loss. Now, Atu told him that if he had just listened to Wordle and backed off, he could have returned back home safely along with others. But dude just made the worst decision of his life, and this was the result of that stupidity. That's why Atu promised she will kill everyone who's related to him, his wife and daughter more, so she'll torture them to the very end. After that she will go after all of those people whom he met while coming here, and when they ask her why she's on a killing spree, she will say that Lorones ticked her off, and all of this will be his fault that thousands, no, millions of people died. Atu knew Lorones was a good guy, prays to God, takes care of people, but that's why people like him thinks they are just, and could never be wrong. So she asked him to watch happily from heaven how she murders every person who's ever talked to him. Those final moments for Lorones were painful, no joke. Then their Gia came and reported that everyone is taken care of. Then he asked her if she will literally kill those people, but Atu assured him she's a pacifist and she was just messing around. Besides, she got more concerning things to report to Takuto. It was about that witch in the north matter. Because there was no such character in the game of Eternal Nation, which only means that this world isn't in the game, it's a real and different world, but the game's mechanism works to some degree here, which is to their advantage. Like her ability that lets her steal everything when she kills, it's gonna be handy because they learned highly classified information of Quilia Kingdom without breaking a sweat, and because of that, the Holy Kingdom won't send troops here. For now at least, but in due time they will, but that's for later. Right now Takuto was wondering about that witch in the north that showed up out of nowhere. Plus the Holy Kingdom also doesn't know anything about her. She's powerful enough to cause damage equivalent to what an army could cause on her own, and apparently she's called Arakino, and even as they speak she was killing the people without mercy. And after destroying another village she was heading to another with undeads, so Takuto thought maybe this witch also came to this world much like they did, and judging by their actions, Atu was sure that witch is evil like them so they could talk. But Takuto knows it won't work precisely because they're both evil, which makes it too sad that their peace lasted so little, and now that such dangers are lurking around, Takuto plans to produce a new hero unit. But instead of Isla he now thinks a more combat-related one would be ideal. Still, they need more mana so it's gonna be a while, and in that time, Takuto plans to approach the neutral kingdom for an alliance. And luckily one such nation is right around the corner in the east, and Takuto wants to slowly learn about them to make bilateral ties, but that nation is also facing hardship of their own. A very capable bull lady did take care of the invaders. But there were more than she thought, so she ordered to send a request for reinforcements. Their situation was getting dire, and meanwhile, Atu thought she might have hurt Takuto by going too far with those holy knights because both Takuto and they were humans. Takuto showed he doesn't care about such stuff. For him, she means more and he needs her. That cheered her up again and got her ready to complete any request Takuto has. And right here our episode 5 ends, but if you want to watch more, just subscribe the channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon, or you might miss the next update. Till then, take care.